Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. In continuation with the topic on funding and financing of hotel projects, the subtopic today we are going to talk on funds required for development of hotel projects. Before we start, let me introduce myself. I'm Shailesh Fulsunge, father of a superboy, a hotelier since 1988, Taj veteran, Amazon #1 best-selling author, Stuart transformed into a managing director, founder of Manor Hospitality Private Limited. Funds required for development of project, a fantastic topic, again a micro topic we will touch. Why do you require funds? Why does somebody require funds? Why does a hotel owner looking for funds? Obviously to develop a property, or to refurbish the property, or to reconstruct the property which he must be having. So there are 2-3 areas where the funds are required. I'm talking about hotel project funds. Now, what are the sources of availing the funds? One, banks, they are the lenders. Point number two, NBFCs. NBFCs are non-banking financial companies or corporations we talk about. Number three, government institutions like Tourism Finance Corporation of India, IFCI or TFCI. It is a government undertaking which funds tourism and hospitality. There are again individual private financiers. So there are various financiers who are there, who are lending you in the form of debt against the collateral. Now, what is the collateral? What is collateral? Collateral is an asset which you are going to pledge against the amount which you are going to borrow from the lender. So there is a margin levels which are set by different lenders. You can take it from 50 to 70%. Say a property is costing 20 crores, the valuation is done by the valuer under the panel of the lender. He does the valuation coming to 20 crore, you will get 50 to 70% of 20 crore. Point number one. Point number two, what are the documents or what are the kind of reports which are required? Relevant reports. Feasibility studies are done by the companies or by the professionals who are experts on doing the primary surveys, secondary surveys, doing the cash flows, doing the banking. There are two types of feasibility studies, banking and non-banking. So it depends on the requirement of the owner. So accordingly the feasibility study is done. Or the option is the TEV study, the techno-economic viability report. That may be required optionally. Point number three, what else is required? It is kind of a operator tie-up. Very important. If you are developing a hotel, who will operate? Is the owner educated enough or experienced enough to operate the hotel? Otherwise, operator tie-up is also mandatory. Somebody who is going to operate the hotel should understand the business, should be aware about running the business. So that is required. Commercial viability has to be checked. So it is checked by the lender whether the project is commercially viable or not, whether even after lending even if the operator is operating the property, whether it is commercially viable or not. So there are various parameters on which the commercial viability is checked. We will discuss in the other videos. Let me talk about the NPA assets. If you have a NPA case, a non-performing asset case, then the funding becomes little bit bleak. The chances of you getting the funds is little bit bleak. So it is advisable to keep your papers clear, keep your credit scores up to the mark. The company should be complying with the ROC's compliance, GST compliance, other government compliance should be right, and should be paid on time. So that gives a confidence to the lender. I spoke about the margin part. The margin part is 50 to 70% you will get the funds. So these are the basic factors or basic requirements to avail funds. Who gives you the funds, what are the requirements, and how much you will get. So let me sum it up. I'm coming up with more micro videos with subtopics. So if you like my video, say like, subscribe to my channel to listen to a lot of other videos on various hotel topics. Till then, I am signing off. Thank you.